Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys have a good day. Today's video, I'm gonna be showing you the way how to visit Angkor Wat temple to be worth your time. Angkor Wat temple, it's actually one of the largest temples in the world, and it is the largest temple in Angkor Wat temple complex. So in this video, I'm gonna be walking you through step by step from the outer part of Angkor Wat to the inner parts of Angkor Wat. And I have three main points for you. The first point is, when is the best time of the day to start visiting this temple? And the second point is, which side, which direction between west and east that you should start the visit in this temple. And the third point is the main spots that you can't miss in this temple. Before I start breaking all those three main points, let's understand just a summary of the history of this temple first, just a few minutes, and then I will explain you all those three main points. So let's get started. You are standing before Angkor Wat, not just a monument, but the heart of a lost capital that ruled much of Southeast Asia for centuries. To understand why this place deserves your time, we need a quick tour through its history. Angkor Wat was built in the early 12th century by the king Surya Varman II as his state temple and mausoleum. It was designed to be a microcosm of the Hindu universe. The central towers represent Mount Meru, the home of gods, while concentric galleries and moats echo mountains and oceans. The scale was ambitious. Engineers, sculptors, and thousands of workers moved sandstone blocks from quarries over 30 miles away and carved a visual narrative that links the king to divine power. For about 4 centuries, the Angkor region was the political and cultural culture of the Khmer Empire. The city that supported Angkor Wat, a vast urban landscape of reservoirs, canals, temples, and roads, was one of the largest pre-industrial cities on earth. Its hydraulic systems show extraordinary technical skill. The water management allowed agriculture to flourish and supported a dense population. Religious life at Angkor shifted over time. Although Angkor Wat began as a Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu, by the late 12th and early 13th centuries, Buddhism began to spread across the kingdom. Many temples were adapted or repurposed, and Angkor Wat itself became a revered Buddhist site. This continuity helped preserve much of the site's art and architecture, even as dynasties and spiritual loyalties changed. From the 15th century onward, political shifts, climate stress, and changing trade routes contributed to the gradual decline of Angkor's urban core. The capital moved to Phnom Penh, and many temples fell into disuse and were slowly reclaimed by the jungle. French explorers rediscovered Angkor in the 19th century, and restoration efforts began that helped stop further collapse. In the 20th century, conservation became both a technical and ethical challenge. How to restore ancient structures without erasing their layered history. During the 1970s and the 1980s, civil war further endangered the site, but international cooperation since then has stabilized and protected Angkor. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a living place of worship and memory. So, when you walk these galleries, you are not just looking at stone, you are reading centuries, a king's ambition, a society, ingenuity, spiritual change, collapse, and revival. That's why a guided visit matters. Knowing the sequence of construction, the symbolism carved into the walls, and the practical layout of the complex lets you move beyond postcards and see the temple as a functioning city and make every minute you spend here genuinely worth it. Alright everyone, welcome back. So as I said that there are three main points that you should keep in mind before visiting this temple. So let me break it for you. So the first point is, when is the best time of the day to visit this temple? The answer is very simple. Any time of the day that you are available is good time to visit this temple. But if you have a certain purpose in mind, let you give you three ideas. The first time that is very good, and most people prefer that, is to start early in the morning for sunrise. Okay, it is considered as the best time because you start early, it is less hot. Okay, it's because you know that Cambodia is very humid, so if you start early, it's good that you can avoid the heat. So the thing is, you need to wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock, and then you should leave your hotel in the city of Siem Reap around 15 to 5, or sometimes you can leave at 5 o'clock, and then you can finish the whole visit at this temple around 8 o'clock or 8:30 something. Okay, so good thing about starting at this time is not very hot. Okay, it is the coldest time of the day is early in the morning. But please keep in mind that hundreds or some days thousands of people are gonna do this way as well, so it's gonna be very crowded. But Angkor Wat is an open space, so even a lot of people, hundreds of people or thousands of people go at the same time, it's still okay. Okay. And one more thing is you need to wake up very early. Okay. And second point is if you want to avoid the crowd, you should start at noon. Okay, around 12 or 1 p.m. That is the best time that very few people gonna be inside this temple. Okay, that is the good thing about starting that time. But the things that is not very good that you start at this time of the day, it is the hottest time of the day. Okay, at noon, at 12 or 1 p.m. that is the hottest time of the day. So please keep in mind about that point as well. But it's for sure, if you want to avoid the crowd, you can start at this time. And one more thing I think I would like to recommend this way is to start in the evening. Okay, it's not very crowded as in the morning, and it is not very hot as well. It's starting from around 3 or 4 p.m. and then you can finish this temple around 5, or you can continue to visit this temple until the sunset time at 6 o'clock. It is brilliant. So these are the 3 best times of the day that you should start visiting Angkor Wat. Alright, the second main point is which direction of Angkor Wat that you should enter. Because Angkor Wat, there are only 2 ways that you can enter, whether from the east, that is considered as the back of the temple, or from the west side, that is the front part of the temple. Okay, when it comes to this point, it depends on the time you start to visit this temple as well. If you start early for sunrise in this temple, I would like to recommend to enter from the west side, which is the front part of Angkor Wat, okay? Because it's going to be closer from the parking area to the spots that you need to wait for the sunrise. So after you finish the whole things, sunrise and the whole visit of the main body of the temple, you can exit back to the front, which is the west side, or you can exit at the east side, which is the back of the temple. And if you want to avoid the crowd, that you start at noon, that is the hottest time of the day, there's no problem. You can enter from the east side, which is the back of the temple, or you can start from the front part. It doesn't matter, okay, at that time. And the last one is the time that you start from 3 or 4 p.m. You should start entering Angkor Wat from the west side, okay? When you start entering from the west side, the sun is gonna be behind you, so you can take very good photo, or if you are filming, it's gonna be very good footage because the sun is gonna be behind you, okay? So it is very good to start. As I said, I would like to recommend to visit Angkor Wat at that time. So from 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. and then you can finish around 5 or 6 p.m. Okay, so at this time you should start entering this temple from the west side. Okay, everyone, the third main point is all the important spots that you can't miss in this temple. Okay, a lot of people that they come to Angkor Wat, they just buy the ticket and just walk through the temple, take some photos and some videos, and they exit. Of course, they're gonna find it's a very grand and very nice temple, but they are missing something if they don't have a tour guide, or if they don't have some information before they start visit this temple. Okay, so I'm gonna be telling you all these important spots that you can't miss. So after seeing this video, when you get to the temple, and then you're gonna be making your visit at this temple memorable and unforgettable. When you enter from the west side, the statue of God Vishnu, Apsara showing the teeth, ponds of reflection, the story of Ramayana, 1000 Buddha Gallery, the Hall of Echo, the story of Mahabharata, the army parade of the King Surya Varman II, the three different worlds, heaven, earth, and hell, the story of the churning of the sea of milk, the stupa of Jainon, and the last part is the third level of Angkor Wat that is called Bagan. So I'm gonna be walking you through step by step and explain you more detail about all these parts. So to understand and see clearer about all these main spots, I'm gonna be showing you from the start to the end. So let's start. Alright everyone, so thank you so much for watching. So to complete the whole process, it's gonna be too long. So I decided to break this video to different parts. So I decided to end this part right now, and I'm gonna be making another video as part 2. So please stay tuned to watch the part 2 of this video on the way how to visit Angkor Wat Temple to be worth the time. So thank you so much. See you in the next video.